What's good, my people?
What's up, guys? What's up?
And welcome to the Pastrybear podcast. I'm your host, Winston Murdoch.
And I'm your co-host, the lovely Talicia Baker.
You so extra.
Let's go.
You could have just said this is Talicia Baker,
go.
you know. I can't deal with you sometimes. So how you doing, Talicia?
Well, I've been doing fine, Winston. How about you?
Been doing great. Yeah, it's been like what? It's like a week or 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Guys, I took Talicia to Tampa the other day. It was our first time to Tampa.
Yeah.
Did you like it?
Yeah, it was really cool. It was fun.
Yeah. So Tampa is like about three to 4 hours of drive from Fort Lauderdale.
Mm-hmm.
And we actually left out late at night, and we got pulled over and whatnot.
Oh, by the police.
I'm not even going to tell you what happened with that scenario.
Lord.
Listen, let me tell you something.
Chill out.
Should I tell him a story?
No. Why?
Why not?
All right, go ahead, Winston.
Okay, so we're on our way to Tampa, and I know I talk a lot. I have to tell you guys this. And the reason I'm going to tell you why I tell them.
Why?
Whatever. Listen.
Okay.
So we're on our way to Tampa. I got off work. Head out about 12:30. We headed out. So we're driving like a scenic route because normally you go into Tampa, you can do the 75, and that takes you all the way up. But we took a scenic route. I think it's called US 27. From a lot of people don't know.
Remember.
A lot of people may not know where we're talking about, but you can Google it. You can Google the journey between Tampa to Fort Lauderdale or vice versa. Anyways, we're on our way up. We having a conversation talking about whatever we was talking about. I forgot.
Yeah, I don't even remember, man.
So we got to this bridge, and it was a huge bridge. It's like an overpass. Or overpass. That's how they I think that's how they pronounce it. And we going over the overpass.
We were going really fast.
And I wasn't going fast.
Yeah, we weren't, because it was the speed limit was like 70.
I think it was 60.
Well,
it was 60. So what happened was
first, and then it went to 60.
Okay, so we're going over the overpass, right? And you have to build that momentum when you're going over that hill. So as soon as I got on the top, the speed that I had that I was going over the hill was the same speed I had, which pretty much like 20 more miles. It was going like 10 more miles faster than, because I'm going down the hill now.
Yeah.
So as soon as I got halfway down the hill, I saw 2 police cars. And I'm like, I said to Talisa, oh my God, we're going to get pulled over.
Yeah.
And she said, why you say that? I said, you see the 2 police cars over there? By this time, I'm past the police car now. And I'm looking in my rearview mirror, and I see the police car
driving out.
And I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm finna get a ticket.
Oh Lord.
So anyways, pull down the street. Talisa flipped out, guys.
So like.
And I think it's because of everything that she's been seeing on the news.
I guess so.
It made her
super. That was it.
It made her panic. You know what I mean?
Bit.
And she she said to me, "Oh my God, what are you gonna do?" I said, "What do you mean?" She's like, "Oh, I watch this on the news all the time." I'm like, "Dude, come on, man, chill out, bro. These people ain't gonna do nothing to you. You know what I mean?" And she was super afraid. That was the craziest thing I've ever seen in my life. She said, "Oh my God, I watch this on the news. What are you gonna do?"
Winston. Don't you watch the news?
Yeah, but listen.
What?
Not everything you see on the news is what it is, and you don't have to panic. That's my point. I told her, I said, you don't have to panic. The police officer came up, and he's like, "Oh, hi, how you doing?"
I was shitting my pants.
Oh my God,
excuse my language.
Nasty as hell.
I was dying.
So anyways, we this was funny as hell.
I was dying.
So the police came to the car with a flashlight because it's nighttime. You know what I mean?
Yo, I was ready to record.
Oh, for real? You was thinking all of that?
All of that.
Oh my gosh. So guys, the police came to the car and shined the light in the back. So now, like, I'm a chef. So I was going to see my cousin. We was going to have a cookout because it was the holiday. That's why we didn't post no podcast last week.
So we had a lot of food in the
So
back.
we had like the back seat was filled with food. You know what I mean? Like stuff that we was going to cook the following day. And he shined the light and saw the stuff. He said, where you guys going? I said, we're going to Tampa. He's like, oh, okay. Where you coming from? I said, Fort Lauderdale. He's like, you was doing 65 in 35 mile zone. I said, my God, officer, I didn't realize that.
It was 65 and a 30.
Yeah, it was 65 we was doing. And it was 35. The speed limit was 35. That's why he pulled us over. So I was like, oh my God, I'm sorry. I didn't realize because we were here talking and, I didn't realize I was going that fast. He said, okay, gave him my license and whatever. He went back to the car. So she's like, so what's going to happen now? I said, just relax, man. Everything's going to be okay.
Like,
you was tripping. So anyways, he came back. He just gave me a warning.
You got a warning.
And I was pretty happy about that because if he had gave me a ticket, I probably would have paid like $300. 300
because
US.
You were speeding.
Because that's like double the speed limit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And she realized that not everything she see on TV is going to happen to her in real life. That's like, do you watch like scary movies?
No.
Because I
don't.
Yeah, you shouldn't watch scary movies because you probably gonna dream and act it out
and freak out. Yeah.
Oh like, my literally. Gosh, that was funny. But we had a great weekend. I forgot the name of the holiday.
Good vibes. It was President's Day. Memorial Day.
Sorry. Thank you. I'm not good with these holidays that they have over here. But yeah, it was Memorial Day. We did some barbecue and we cooked for like 3 days. It was like 3 days. We went there on Saturday. We spent Saturday, Sunday, and Monday.
It was like really Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday.
Yeah. So Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. So we cooked Sunday morning. I made breakfast because I love to cook. I made lunch for everybody. My friend came over from Orlando. Monday, my cousin had some friends over too. And
that was Tuesday, right?
No, that was Sunday. They came. No,
Monday.
Sunday. So yeah, so Sunday my friend. Okay, so Sunday my friend came from Orlando, and then Monday.
Your cousin's friend came over.
My cousin's friends came over. I did burgers and hot dogs and the typical
just like
stuff.
chill stuff.
Right.
And Sunday we did like Sunday
lobster.
We did
lobster. We didn't do no shrimp. We did
we
lobster,
didn't do
stone crab. We did
chicken.
Yeah,
I remember.
Yeah, you had a lot of food. We had chicken, we had rice,
we had corn,
and veggies. We did some grilled broccolini and stuff.
We had what's that? Chickpeas, curry. Chickpeas?
Yeah. We did cook chickpeas.
Yeah.
So it was a nice little spread. We listened to some music and partied and
chill out.
Just have a good time. I like to go there sometimes. Like every month, I'll take a trip, and it's only 3 hours drive. So. And I love to drive. I think for my next trip, I think maybe next month I'm going to go to Savannah.
Savannah?
Yeah, that's in Atlanta.
Oh.
Yeah. It's like 12 hours or 10. 10.
So you about to drive there? Or?
Yeah, we're going to drive. So what I'm probably going to do is meet my cousin halfway. And then we could just drive all the way up.
Oh, for real?
But while I was there, I brought some desserts too.
Yeah.
And I realized that most of the people weren't really fond of the desserts.
The desserts, right?
And I think it because they were a little bit too fancy for them. You know what I mean?
Oh, you think so?
I think so because if you think about this, right? And this is what I wanted to talk about today. Being in the hotel industry for so long, I realized that dessert is not as popular as people make it seem.
Oh,
you know what I mean? Like most people that go to a restaurant to sit down, they never really order dessert. It don't matter if it's a fast food or fast casual or like a fine dine. Like dessert is always
they normally get the entree.
They always get an appetizer, entree, and most people don't get a dessert.
Oh,
you know what I mean? But I always wonder why. I think I'm not sure if it's because people are more concerned with being healthy.
Weight. Oh.
Right? Why would you say weight?
But it's the same thing, bro.
Just say healthy. It sounds better.
Healthy.
Yes, thank you.
I guess, people don't want to put on...
Weight. Yeah. You want something? Man. Listen, guys, I don't know. I think I got to find me a better co-host.
What?
I'm joking. What? Oh, my God. Calm down.
Okay, Winston.
But anyways, like I'm saying, I want to know... to you, my listeners, like, what do you think or what do you like for your desserts?
Yeah.
And if you even do order desserts when you go out, because like I'm saying, I've been around for a long time and I realize like most of the places that serve, let me tell you, okay, so there's specific desserts. And this is why most restaurants have like very
The
basic
same
menu.
thing. Yeah, like
Right. Because
you will normally find a cheesecake,
a chocolate cake, a lava cake,
or a red velvet cake,
red velvet,
and that's it.
Yeah, and then some
That's
like
it.
more American type restaurants will have like an apple pie or like a pumpkin pie or pecan pie.
What's
And,
the thing?
Yeah,
I don't remember
ice
the
cream
name.
is always on the menu. And I think why most of the times you find like
Mm-hmm.
these type of stuff on these menus is because they're more they
People
hit
are
home
used to
easier.
that.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
hit home easier. You know what I mean? Like
Mm-hmm.
a lot of people know what the flavor of ice cream is. A lot of people know what cheesecake tastes like. A lot of people know what chocolate lava cake tastes
Mm-hmm. So
like.
instead of going for something new, they prefer to get what they're used to.
Right.
I guess so.
And I always like, you know, I don't like when I go to restaurants and you see these basic stuff on there, even if it's a nice sit down restaurant.
And
like,
you see a regular cheese.
yeah, it's like, come on, man. And it's just like a slice of
Strawberry
cheesecake with some fake strawberry sauce on
That's
it.
crazy, bro.
You know what I mean? And like I've been to a couple of restaurants that I've
Oh,
seen
for real?
and like really, really, really nice restaurants. And when you get the dessert, you like, you know what I mean?
What?
Like the food looks amazing. The food is like, you know what I mean?
Immaculate.
Yes, it's beautiful. And then when you get the dessert, I'm looking like, okay. Like there's this
What's
restaurant I went to called Barton G's.
Where's that?
Barton G's in Miami. It's like it's like when you go to South Beach. It's on Alton Road, I think.
Oh.
In Miami. They emphasize on presentation.
Oh,
So when
it's
you
a
go
big
there,
thing.
right? When you go there, you're gonna get like, you know, everything is grand and everything is.
Oh
I
yeah,
think
I
told you about
remember you
this.
told me about this
Right,
place.
right. And they went like we had.
they had like themes or whatever.
Right. So I was telling you, like, if you order like a, let's say, chicken, let's say you order a chicken dish, you get the chicken served in a coupe, like a big,
Yeah,
like the
you
plates are
told me.
huge. You know what I mean?
Like a-
surf and turf. You have a big fork
Yeah.
that like probably like 4 feet high.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
You told me about this one.
Yeah, and guys, you could look it up on Instagram or you could look it up on Google if you want to know Barton G's.
Barton G's.
Yeah, Barton G's. That's the name of the restaurant. But I'm saying to you, like, when you go there and you get a dessert, the dessert menu is pretty simple. When I went there, they had like a cotton candy dessert. They had a banana Foster. You know what I mean? And it's like, come on, man. You know,
Do something more like
that's what I'm thinking. You know what I mean? Like, but then I'm realizing
that.
on the other hand that
this is
people
what people like.
people don't really want to try new stuff when it
Yeah.
comes to dessert. Like, just give me the basic
Safe.
stuff. Yeah, you
They
have
like
to play
it
it safe. You know what I mean? And me personally, I'm like most of the stuff that I've tried in like these restaurants. You know, the flavor is not that
regular.
bad. I'm not
It's
gonna say,
okay.
but it's just regular. You know what I mean?
Oh, it's
I would love
okay.
to see more detailed stuff, and I would love to find something. I think when you go to like an all inclusive, people eat more dessert. Because it's free.
Yeah,
I think that's another reason. Right.
I guess the
Quantity portion. Right.
Yeah.
And I think also maybe why another reason why most people don't buy dessert is because it's an extra cost. Like most people go to a restaurant that I think their budget was like
entree
an entree and that's
appetizer.
it. I think most people that I've seen
Go
they don't
for
get
entree
appetizer.
only.
It's always on
Yeah.
appetizer. I mean an entree.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And there's like, I can tell you tons of restaurants that I've been to that the restaurant, nobody that I've went with, I've ever ordered dessert.
But
I'm trying to think. Have you ever ordered dessert when you went to a restaurant? No? Yes?
like once, I think I did once.
What did you get?
Cheesecake.
Cheesecake?
Yeah.
Let me think to myself. I think
back in Jamaica, it's really simple. It's really, really simple. So it's cheesecake, chocolate cake,
right,
ice cream,
and
that's
red velvet.
It.
You
Yeah,
have to put red
that's
velvet
it.
on there.
Yeah, red velvet, and that's it. Or a bread pudding.
Oh, I love bread pudding.
I'm not a fan.
No, well, depending on how you make the bread pudding, because some people, like I've seen somebody the other day that made a bread pudding, and it's like just the slices of bread, and they put it in the
Into a milk?
in the pan, and just pour the custard on there, and it's like when you get it when it's baked, you can see the bread slices.
Oh,
you know what I mean?
So it's not all soaked up
Nah, they don't dice it up. They just put the whole bread in there, you know?
I think you can do it like that.
Yeah, you can do it like that. Like there's a dessert called the bread and butter pudding, which is like you butter the bread, sandwich it, and put it in
and add the custard on it.
Right.
Yeah,
right. But,
I know that one.
But the way my mom used to make it, she always like grated the bread. So we would get like there's this bakery when in Jamaica that I grew up, Coronation Bakery. So we'll buy like a big 5-pound bread. Sometimes we don't eat it off for the week, and it gets stale because it's not like these bread nowadays that you could have them sitting down for 2 months and they won't go bad. You know what I mean? Like the breads that I'm used to, they only last for like a week. You don't eat
it for 1 week,
and that's it. It's gonna
hard,
be super
rock
tough.
solid.
You know what I mean? And I think those were beautiful, man. Thinking about it now, like imagine. Now I could buy a bread at the grocery store and that gonna sit in the cupboard for like 2 months. I bought a bread the other day and it did that.
Oh, without getting
hard. Yeah, you know what I mean. Or start growing moles on there. Yeah, but anyways, my mom used to always just wait till like the end of the week and she'll grate the bread, grate it like a fine breadcrumbs, and then she'll make a custard from eggs and vanilla and milk and all that stuff, and that was really delicious.
So after making the custard, she just soaked it, or
so she poured a breadcrumb in there and let that sit, and then she poured it in a baking pan and let it sit for like 20 minutes or so it soaks up all. So the breadcrumb soaks up all that liquid, and then she would put it in the oven and
so
bake
I guess
it.
that would have been a different, like the texture from just cutting
right
it up.
So because the texture of that one is pretty
soft, smooth.
It's almost like a pudding, like Jamaican sweet potato pudding or the cornmeal pudding.
Oh, so it's pretty
the same
smooth.
texture. Yeah, so it's super smooth.
Oh.
And the flavor is better, man. Like I don't see nobody making it like that no more.
No, I've never seen it done that way.
Yeah, like when you go to the hotels, they just dice the bread up and throw the custard on it.
Throw the custard
so you
on
don't get the same texture.
Let it sit for a minute or so.
I actually saw this other guy. I have the recipe I'm telling you about.
Yeah.
I'm gonna put it in the book that I told you I'm writing, because I'm writing this book about Jamaican desserts. You know what I mean? And that's one of the recipes I have in there with my mom's favorite bread pudding recipe.
So guys, y'all can check out Winston's book.
Yes, it should be. I'm still working on it, but I got like about 60% done.
Oh.
Yeah, so it's gonna be really dope. It's gonna be a lot of recipes that my mom, my grandmother, my friends, and people that I grew up with. You know what I mean? Because like I never really planned on becoming a chef, and it's just something that happened.
Your story,
spontaneously. So this book is gonna really showcase me and tell you where I'm coming from and how I got into this kitchen thing. And these recipes are really part of my life story.
Nice.
You know what I mean? So yeah. But another dude that made a bread pudding one time was I went to this hotel and he put coconut milk in his recipe, and that was really different. I've never seen that before. Yeah, it was like fresh coconut milk. Right. But anyways, back to what we was talking about the dessert and why people don't really have dessert in most restaurants.
Yeah.
And why are the dessert menus so basic? You know what I mean? Even though a lot of the restaurants have cheesecake, I like cheesecake. I like creme brulee, which I don't see a lot of restaurants do that.
Doing creme brulee.
You know what I mean? And that's pretty simple. You know what I mean? You're not seeing like most of the stuff you see in the restaurant, or tiramisu and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And like the whole dessert world has changed from where it's coming from. Like before, all desserts were more, how would you say it?
High end or it was
because the world looks to the French for new techniques and standard, and majority of the desserts that we eat are from the French. You know what I mean? Because the whole food thing is centered around French cuisine.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But not saying that other people cuisine are not interested, but I'm just saying like most restaurants emulate.
Yeah, it's derived from the French.
And when I started out in the pastry department, we used to have like simple stuff like a rum trifle and the mousses that they used to make back then, they
are different now.
Like the way they make them now is totally different. You know what I mean? And it makes me wonder, like the food is evolving in terms of desserts, but the palate of the people is not evolving.
Oh,
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like
I get you.
The palate of the people are still
So it's
stuck.
like still simple while
Yeah.
food
And while the
is
desserts are-
going to
Right.
another level.
Right. For instance, like before, like since 2000 and about 2016, 17, like everything now is being like a one, like people are making dessert as
together,
just like one solid thing.
Yeah.
And then when you cut into it, there's layers.
Different layers, different
You know what I mean?
flavors, and
it's-
all of that.
Right, and it's more individual. You know, back then everything was
Instead,
like a big, like
yeah,
a whole cake or a
You
whole
have
pie.
thing, and you put
and you cut a
or you
slice.
put sauce on it or something.
Right.
Yeah.
So now they're making the desserts. Like nowadays, they have some desserts that are like
Domes. Is it
domes. They have fruit based desserts. So if you let's say you go to a restaurant and order an apple pie, it won't look like it's gonna look like an apple.
Yeah. Oh, so it's done in molds.
Right. So it's
Yeah.
like a lot of molded stuff they be doing nowadays, and they're more emphasizing on texture now
And I think
and flavor.
Just to kind of butt in, I think you've done quite a number of molded desserts on your YouTube, right?
Yes, I do. I do some of those desserts because, like I'm saying, sometimes you can keep the flavor of something, but you can change the presentation. You know what I mean? And like if you go to some of these Michelin star restaurants or just like some really authentic restaurants, you find that they'll give you the traditional food that they grew up with, but they make it so modern that you don't look like nothing that you're used to. You know what I mean? Like for instance, they make you a salad. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And the salad would be like different
different
flowers
look.
and different
Yeah.
type of lettuce, and it looks
Yeah.
different. It's not like you just cut some
A
lettuce.
regular salad that you'd get. You
Right.
know?
It's not like you just cut some lettuce up and put it in a bowl and put
Yeah.
some dressing on there. Like nowadays, people are spending time
Salad to do it.
to make the dish as
And
flavorful and as
I
light as
think the
possible.
techniques
Right.
behind that
Right.
has kind of changed
Right.
somewhat, or it's different.
Yeah,
I
but
guess.
like I'm saying to you, even though all of these things are evolving, the people palate are not evolving.
Oh,
You know what I mean? So you find that the mass majority of people
want the
are
simplest
still
stuff.
doing the sliced cake, you know?
Yeah.
I used to work at a property, and majority of the people there, they like the traditional stuff. Like if you go there and try to change the menu,
Oh, they won't.
they don't want it. You know,
yeah.
they want the key lime pies, and they don't want it to look different. They want the big slice. You know what I mean? You make the key lime pie
They want a slice.
in a pie ring, and then cut a slice and put on a
Oh.
plate. That's what they want. You know what I mean? And like I'm saying, I wonder if it would ever get to a place where, because let's say 100%, let's say like I think like it's only like 5 to 10% of the people are their palate has evolved. You know what I mean?
Oh, you think so?
That's what I'm seeing, you know, based on my observation. Because even if, for instance, if you bring something to somebody, let's say you tell somebody, I made a cheesecake one time,
Yeah.
and I made it into a dome. I made a dome cheesecake, and I put, if you go on my Instagram, you'll see it, Chef W Murdoch on Instagram. You can check it out. I made the cheesecake into a dome. I baked it in a mold.
Yeah.
I put it on, and I made the crust like separate. So I put the crust on the plate.
Oh, and then you put
And then
the
I
dome,
put the dome on
it.
top.
Yeah.
And then I have
nice.
some pearls, some passion fruit pearls, which look like caviar. You know, and then I put some microgreens, some flowers on there. And then I gave it to somebody and told them it was cheesecake. And they're like, oh, this don't look like cheesecake. And
Yeah.
automatically, because it don't look like what they used to.
They don't want it.
They don't, it's like they not getting that experience. It's like, oh, but this don't look like cheesecake. And that's the first thing. Because they know they say you eat with your eyes first.
Yeah, so
if you're
the
giving-
fact that
If you
it
give
doesn't look like a slice of cheesecake, they're like, oh,
okay, this is not
ain't
gonna be good.
cheesecake.
But then again, like I make great, like everything I do, everything I put my hand on is gonna be good. Oh yeah, I'm that good.
Oh.
I can tell you this
Oh.
right now. I am one of the best pastry chefs in the Caribbean,
Y'all
Hands
hear
down.
that? Winston
down.
is
and I can
the
defend that top.
one off or
No,
the,
I am
let's say the
best.
He's the best pastry chef in the Caribbean.
the best,
Okay.
and I'm gonna prove it.
Okay.
I'm gonna prove it to everybody. Okay, but anyways, back to what I was saying. Just a little bit of boasting now. But
Ooh.
anyways, so I'm saying to you, the person looked at me like, oh, this is not cheesecake. So I said, yes, it's cheesecake. They're like, oh, but why it look like this? And I'm like, okay, I'm
Change the shape, man.
I'm playing with the way it looks and whatnot. And they're like, oh, whatever. You know, they was there talking a whole bunch of stuff. And then they ate it. And then it was like, oh my God, this is so light. How did you get it so light? Now, the whole conversation.
It was lighter? It was
lighter than the traditional
cheesecake.
ones. Yeah, because like if you understand food, traditional stuff that mom and dad and grandmas make are heavy and dense. You know what I mean? But when you're making something into a restaurant, if somebody had an appetizer, an entree, and they're going for desserts, you don't want to make it heavy.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
They already
had
ate
two
like
meals.
2 meals.
Yeah, exactly. So
you
want to make right. So you want to make your dessert super light, whatever it is. It has to be something that's going once it goes in your mouth, it's just melting. You know what I mean? And that's one of the things I try to do with all my desserts. You know what I mean?
Try to make it light, right?
I make them light and I make them super flavorful. You know what I mean? And if you realize, like I said, let me finish the story. The person, they loved it. You know what I mean? And after it's like a group of people that I was having because I was doing a private chef. Oh. So after they had it, after they had it, they was like, I've never seen cheesecake like this ever in my life. And
so what did you say?
And I had to be, I was like, yeah, I try to be a little bit different, this, that, and the other. But like I'm saying to you, you realize that I think one of the reasons, again, why most of the menus won't even change some of the stuff because people not going to understand.
Or try to adjust to it.
Right. So if you put a cheesecake on the menu and you're not serving a slice, people are going to not say, this is not cheesecake. Yeah, exactly. Cheesecake. They're going to find problems because you're changing something that is
the traditional thing.
Right.
So like a more modernized or a more modern
eclectic version of it, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And like I don't know if it will ever change, like I'm saying, I don't know if it will ever change where people are gonna not start looking to new stuff. Like you have some good pastry chefs out there that are doing like really nice things,
but maybe it will though, Winston. Like I guess in the future, like 5 years from now, maybe it will change.
I don't know. I don't see. Like I'm saying to you, it's not the majority of people that are accepting this change.
Oh,
you know what I mean? And then now we have this new revolution, or what would you call it now? This evolving of
evolution,
food culture.
Oh,
in another sense, where everybody now is going healthy.
Yeah. So dessert
is going to be more pushed out of the box.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah,
so
I get you.
Yeah, so it's like dessert is losing itself. But
being that you added that whole healthy thing, I think if we evolve dessert as well, like
it is
we change it up,
because
I guess people will adjust to that
again. But it's perception. So I was reading this book of the 22 immutable laws of marketing, right? And sometimes whenever something is placed in somebody's mind, it is difficult for you to change it.
Oh, so being that dessert was always that thing, unhealthy.
Exactly.
Unhealthy.
And
cheat,
it makes you fat. It's a cheat meal. Yeah.
Yeah.
And it makes you fat, and it's too sweet, and it's too much sugar, and all of these negative things that is said about dessert. It makes it now losing itself slower and slower. Yeah. Like more and more every day, there's less people having dessert. It don't matter what you do.
That's a fact.
I'm telling you. I'm telling you.
I think. Well,
like you find some people would have desserts. You have some people that they'll have a cookie or they'll have like some ice cream at home. But when they go to a restaurant, majority of people
they won't have it.
They're not buying desserts.
And for cakes, I think they normally have cakes like special occasions,
right,
a birthday, wedding.
Yeah, but look at it.
And that's
a lot of people don't even consider a birthday cake as a dessert. It's a cake. Think about it. Again, dessert. But listen.
Yeah.
If you go to somebody's house and they have this, well, maybe, but like I'm saying, in the context of restaurants.
Oh, sitting and eating. Right. Oh, I get you.
You know what I mean? It's not really, if you have a birthday cake, it's just like, oh, let's have a birthday cake. It's not like, okay, we're going to have cake. You know what I mean? You not getting what I'm saying?
Yeah, I get you.
Oh, okay. But like I'm saying, man, I'm really worried about it because I think food is at its all-time high best
right now.
Yes.
Or it's
right
getting
now.
To its its best.
No. Well, I don't know what the future looks like, but for right now, when I see the type of desserts that they're making now, it makes me really happy, man.
Yeah, because it's pretty. I think it's pretty cool. It's amazing.
It's beautiful.
To see where dessert is really coming from and where it's at now is like really amazing.
Right. Like before, people used to emphasize the pastry chefs used to emphasize on the artistic aspect of decorating the plate.
Yeah.
But now,
right now,
the emphasis is on the dessert itself.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So sometimes you go to a restaurant and
the plate is really simple.
They put the plate down and it's just one ball in the plate with some flowers on there. You're looking like, okay, what's this? But then when you break it and go inside, there's so much depth of layer and flavors and contrast and textures and you know what I mean?
And it's like, whoa.
Exactly. It just blows your mind. And
so I think the artistic thing for the chefs has what's the word? Evolved from the plate to the dessert.
Right.
And
so
that's really cool though.
Yeah, but like I'm saying, how many people, and I want to know how many people out there are really into these type of stuff? Because like you think about it, I've spoke to people, I've seen a lot, because like I said, I'm in the industry, so I understand how it works. When you speak to people and you show them desserts like this, they think it's fake.
Oh.
Because of the perception, you know what I mean? It's already been instilled in your mind. And
maybe it's a thing where, you know, people or certain people aren't open to these types of dessert. I guess.
Exactly. Because
that's the reason.
Because they stuck. Like the average person only, like if you're in America right now, we're in America.
Yeah.
The average person is having pumpkin pie, sweet potato pie, pecan pie, apple pie, blueberry pie. And blueberry pie and apple pie is normally served like a certain time of the year. Like Christmas time, you'll find a lot of people eat a lot of blueberry pie and cherry pie or strawberry pie, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so that's on the pie side.
Key lime pie.
Or key lime pie is pretty big.
That's a really popular one, right?
That's the most popular one.
Yeah.
That's the most popular. Pecan and key lime
pie.
Like even in Miami and in Miami,
key lime
every
pie.
restaurant has key lime pie.
Wow.
Every even if you go to like Pollo Tropical, or if you go to
they sell key lime pie at Pollo.
Yeah, they got and
what was
I was
that?
gonna list everything on the menu, but
for real?
I don't want to seem like a bad
not
person.
Good.
Okay, so on Pollo Tropical's menu, and Pollo Tropical, for the people who don't know, it's a Latin fast food restaurant, a Spanish fast food restaurant. So they serve like, you know, more homely, what you call it, like Spanish food. So like rotisserie chicken, beans and rice, tostones, which is green plantains, ripe plantains. They serve yuca, fried yuca, which is my favorite. They have some like, you know, like other stuff.
Yeah.
You know, there's a lot of stuff in the menu, but on the dessert menu, they have key lime pie. They have a guava.
Guava what?
Oh man, guava and cheese. What they call that thing again? It's like it's almost like a plantain tart.
Oh, guava and cheese tart. Yeah.
It's similar to an empanada, but it's like a dessert version of it. I can't remember the name of it, but they got that on there. They got churros.
Oh yeah,
churros is like a choux pastry that they fry and then they dredge it in cinnamon sugar. And then they have the most popular Spanish dessert. You ready for
What's
it?
What's that?
Creme caramel.
Oh, I know creme caramel.
Yeah, Spanish people love that, and I'm not stereotyping.
Flan.
It's the same.
They sell flan.
Yeah, they love flan. But pastelito. That's the name of it.
The cake.
They have a guava pastelito. They have a guava cake, guava and cheesecake. I think. But anyways,
I think they have a thing they call brookie too. It's like a cookie.
Oh yeah. I've never had that one before.
Well,
but even though I think when you go to when I go to there a lot because I like the beans and stuff that they cook. But I've never really seen people ordering desserts.
Yeah. Well, I don't think ordering dessert at a fast food restaurant is a big thing.
Let me tell you what.
I've done it once, and it was what's it? Popeyes.
Why do you always say Popeyes?
Popeyes.
Oh my God. This Jamaican accent just keep jumping out at everybody.
So I ordered like cheesecake and the apple pie.
Okay.
That's the only thing I've had.
Yeah, I think another thing that is popular in American culture when they go out, even with the fast food, is a shake. They always get a shake, and the shake is like a dessert for them. You know what I mean? And
so the shakes are really good, or you haven't had one?
I've had a shake from Chick-fil-A.
Oh, you.
Yes, I'm lactose intolerant, but sometimes I take a chance on life. You know what I mean?
Oh Lord.
Yeah, but I am. It's only once in a while I do that because you know milk makes me crazy.
Yes.
Yeah. So the milk, I have that a long time ago. I haven't had that in years. But Chick-fil-A makes a good shake. Shake Shack got a good shake too. You know what I mean? But all them stuff is so heavy.
They normally have the shakes as dessert, you say?
Yeah. Most people. And what you call that thing? McDonald's got Oreo McFlurry.
What's that?
Which is a shake.
Oh.
You know, but they don't call it a shake. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's a McFlurry. Yeah, I know all these things. But I've never had that before either.
Oh, for real?
But I've seen it. And what I've had though is apple pie from McDonald's.
Yeah.
I've had that before.
I remember on podcast before you said that, this was your favorite pie or whatever.
I'm not even gonna lie to you. Like I'm not a big fan of McDonald's and Burger King and all of that, but I do.
He liked a pie.
I love that pie from McDonald's. I don't know what they put in there. It is really good. But like I'm saying, when you think about the people who are going to these places, like a lot of people are ordering desserts. You know what I mean? Like I'm saying, and even when you go to like a Bahama Breeze or if you go to like a whatever. What other restaurants?
You don't normally see people go big on desserts.
No, most of the times, even if somebody order desserts, it's mainly because of like a birthday or a celebration.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So you find that because exactly, and then most time they give you the dessert for free if it's your birthday. Depending on the restaurant.
You normally get a slice of cake.
Right, like the fast casual restaurants or like a Bahama Breeze or like a where you on it, Longhorns or one of those restaurants, you normally probably get a dessert. For free. Yeah, but the desserts are really simple. You know, chocolate
like
molten cake. You know what I mean? And a lava cake, cheesecake.
They normally give you cheesecake?
Yeah. I don't know if they got cheesecake
or ice cream. You normally get scoops.
Yeah, with whipped cream and sprinkles.
Yeah.
Which I don't understand why people like
chocolate
that.
Sauce.
Oh my
chocolate
God.
sauce.
I hate that so much.
Why?
Oh no, you can never go see me. You will never see me in a restaurant ordering ice cream with chocolate sauce and chocolate sauce. Never. And like I'm saying, these are the things that people like, though. You know.
Yeah.
I wish, and I really love to see more people having more desserts. I think I should start a hashtag. Eat more desserts. You know what I mean? Eat desserts, man. Eat desserts. Desserts are really good. It's really fun when you can have like a really flavorful dessert, you know, something to complete your meal. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
When you go to a restaurant and you decide, okay, I'm gonna spend, you know, let's say $70 to $80. You know,
and you add dessert.
Right.
Yeah, add desserts to that.
Right. I challenge a lot of you people, you know, no matter where you are, you know, you go out. It's an experience when you can have an appetizer to start you off. You know what I mean? And then you get your main course. Your entree, and then you start go with a dessert, and when you're eating, have a bottle of wine. You know, have a bottle of wine, some white wine or some red. Now it's really good, man. When you're having an experience, because guess what? Wine helps you to digest your food. All right, after you have your meal, you can have like a dessert wine. You know, which helps your body to process the food or digest your food faster.
And get it ready.
Yeah, so it's the acidity inside of you. You know, in the inside of the wine, it's helping to break down the food in your system, and it makes you, what would you say now? Like able to eat more. Yeah.
So it prepares you for the next
course. You know, that's why some restaurants you go, if you have like certain food, they'll give you like a palate cleanser, which is normally like a tangy sorbet or something like that to cleanse your palate for the last course. You know what I mean? And I recommend that people do that. I recommend that people try to eat more desserts. Please, so for the pastry chefs.
For
all the pastry chefs, I recommend that you go out and eat more desserts and try new desserts. Just like how you try more food, try new desserts, you know? So we can go to like some nice, like a whatever. Huh?
Casual. You speak.
Yeah, so like you go to a Red Lobster and you can see some nice modern desserts on the menu.
Different desserts on the menu.
You know what I mean?
And not just the regular schmegler.
Right, man. I wanna see more detail placed on it. Dessert now is treated like a old kid that you don't like. You know what I mean? Like an
old kid, Winston.
All
really?
Right, let me find. Okay, so dessert is treated like when you buy a pants and you wear it out and you don't want it no more.
Yeah, it can't fit.
Right. Right. And then, when we talked about even with the food and the evolution of food and the fact that people nowadays are thinking that healthy food, just the same way you thinking food is healthy, there's healthy desserts.
Because there's dessert.
Right, there's desserts that don't have sugar. Like they substitute the sugar.
And you have the trend now is like gluten-free
right? But there's still gluten-free desserts.
Sugar-free desserts.
There's sugar-free desserts, you know what I mean? But when you tell somebody sugar-free dessert,
they're
again, because
how is that gonna taste?
Exactly, they thinking like sugar-free is not gonna taste good.
Yeah, so
but it's
gonna be fresh.
It's good.
Or
You
whatever.
can use. There's so many
natural fruits or whatnot.
Exactly, like prunes and like figs and dates
to give it the sweet taste.
Right. But like I said, I think everyone should really, really, really try
dessert,
to have more
at least
desserts.
a month.
Right. Go to like a pastry shop and just buy some desserts. Get you some creme caramels or some flans, as she call it. Get you a creme brulee.
Yeah.
Get you a Paris Bresse. Get you some eclairs. You know what I mean? Go ahead and get you like a nice soft chocolate mousse.
Ooh.
You know what I mean? Or you can go.
Winston sounds passionate.
You know what I mean? And get you some gelato. Get you
Don't get no cheesecake.
Yeah, if you never had cheesecake, then you could get some cheesecake. But if you had cheesecake, if you've had cheesecake before, I recommend you try something else, man.
Yeah.
Try a panna cotta. Try a creme de pot. Try you some
sorbet,
some sorbet or some. Because sorbet is pretty good, man, and that could be considered vegan because you can have a sorbet that don't have milk
and no
in it.
milk.
You know what I mean? Or you can have no sugar in it too. You know what I mean? And if you don't like fruits, you can definitely go and just have a nice souffle. How many people have had a souffle? You ever had a souffle?
I've baked souffles, Winston.
Okay, calm down. Sheesh. Hey, so what's your favorite dessert to make?
I'm on the simpler side. So.
See, Jesus Christ. Is it we over here trying to motivate the people to go out and eat more desserts?
I like making eclairs, profiterole rolls.
Right.
Yeah.
Profiterole rolls. My favorite dessert to make, actually, I am into Jamaican desserts.
Oh.
You know what I mean? And not only Jamaican desserts, if we think not only Jamaican desserts, but I can't really think of a favorite because I enjoy creating my own favorites.
Everything,
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I like to just go in the kitchen and whatever ingredients I see, I just come up with a dish.
You just make something.
Yeah, so I don't really think I have a specific thing. I like to blow people's mind though.
What? Okay, mind blower. So what is your favorite type of dessert to eat then?
Okay, so if I was supposed to go out to a restaurant right now.
Yeah. What type of dessert would you want?
My go-to dessert would be a creme brulee.
Why?
I like the creaminess of it.
Oh.
And again, I'm not good with dairy.
Yeah, so I was just saying,
it's
like,
time, man.
wait,
Aren't
you lactose?
I am lactose, but still, I'm not. It's only one. It's not gonna kill me. I'm gonna have some problems, but I'm not gonna die. You know what I mean?
I'm gonna have some problems.
But I'm not gonna die. So that's why I don't have it a lot. But creme brulee is right at the top of my list of desserts. I'm big on sorbets. My favorite sorbet is a coconut sorbet, which is...
I like everything coconut. I love me some coconut ice cream.
Yeah, I'm big on coconut too. I made this sorbet one time. It was olive oil sorbet.
Olive oil?
Yes. And let me tell you something.
That's really creative.
It is beautiful. The flavor is beautiful. Beautiful. Like... You can the olive oil is present, but it's only present in the back of your mouth.
Oh, so
what I mean?
It's like that aftertaste. You get a kick.
Right. So that's something that I really like. Like I said, the creme brulee, and a sorbet. But when it comes to dessert, I love to make. When it comes to making dessert, I love to go in depth.
Oh,
you know what I mean?
With your flavors and all of that technique.
And I like to use like traditional stuff, like just like the apple pie.
Yeah.
I would like to take the apple pie
and transform
it into something else. Like I made an apple pie. What is that? Apple and cranberry pie one day.
Oh, so it still has the apple pie flavor, but it's kind of different.
Right. So what I did was, apple and cranberry go well together.
Yeah.
So I made the cranberry, I cooked it down, and I make like a jelly, pureed it, and then I put it at the bottom. So I use a tart shell.
Oh.
So I put it at the bottom of the tart shell, and I made an almond cream, put it on top. I baked it, and then the apple that would normally go inside of the apple pie.
Oh, you put it on top?
I switched it. So I made the apple filling, I cooked it down, get that nice flavor
layers.
up. So what I did was I set it in a mold. A dome, it's not a dome. It's almost like a dome. I set it in the mold.
What type of mold? It's round?
Yeah, it's round. It's almost shaped like a donut. It's almost shaped like a donut. And I put it in the mold. I freeze the mold, right? And pop it out, put it on top of the thing. I have that picture on my Instagram too, so you can go and check it out. And let me tell you something. That was a big seller. When I put that on the menu, people loved it. It was
crazy.
Yeah, because I balanced the sourness of the cranberry, and I used 2 type of apples. You know what I mean? One of the best apples for me to make apple pie is a Granny Smith, which is the green one.
Oh,
yeah, because it has like a tart flavor to it. You know what I mean? And I don't like the skins on there, so I always peel the skins because it's really, it's like trashy when you cook it.
Yeah,
you want it to be tender, so when they put it in the mouth, they have to chew probably 2 or 3 times, and it just disappears in your mouth. You know what I mean? But I'm big on the molds, I'm big on molds, and that's why I decided to start selling my own line of molds.
Y'all can check it out at Chef's Vibe.
Right. So I have Instagram. my own line of molds that I'm coming out with. I have some special ones that I'm making for myself, but I'm also selling other different ones, the classic ones like the apple and the pear. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, you can go check them out at Chef Vibes. We have image of them, or you could just hit us up at Chef Vibes or at Pastrybear TV, and we'll send you brochure with all of the different colors and not the colors, the different shapes that we have,
and the desserts that you can get. Is that on it?
Right. I have some recipes so that I could send. So if you buy the molds, I'll send you some recipes and a video of how to use the mold.
Yeah.
So that's a venture that I'm going on to. And guys, please support as much as you can. We really appreciate it.
Yes, we do. Yes, we do.
But anyways, I'd like to thank you for coming out tonight. I'm starting like a stage. It's like I'm on a party. Like I'm on a stage.
Yeah, like let's go.
But thanks again, guys, for listening. And if you listen to the end of this podcast, we really appreciate it.
Thank you, guys.
We love the support. Continue to support us. Remember to follow us on Instagram. My name on Instagram is at Chef W Murdoch. You can also check me out at Pastrybear TV.
Always do this.
I know, right? At PASTRYBEAR TV on Instagram, or at Chef W Murdoch. Please also check out my YouTube channel. This is very important, guys. If you want to learn how to make great food, you have to check out my YouTube channel. I am one of the best pastry chefs from the Caribbean. I'm going to be posting some fire desserts in the next month coming up.
Yeah.
You can check out my previous desserts on my YouTube channel. I'm going to have some great work coming out, guys. So you have to stay tuned to that. You have to subscribe. You have to like. You have to share. And tell Lisa.
And for me, y'all can follow me and hit me up on Instagram at Telecia, TELECIA _Panadero, which is TELECIA _PANADERO. And y'all can subscribe to my YouTube travel and food channel. So
you traveling and vlogging?
Yeah. And I cook as well. So
Oh, that's what's up.
It's a mixture.
I like that. So, guys, please support us. And remember, it's the Pastrybear podcast. I'm Winston.
And I'm Talicia. Have a good one.
Oh, my God. You were something else. Bye, guys.
Yeah.